You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
You are now tuned in to the number one podcast in the world, The WATE, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to The WATE, the world according to Eli. I'm your host, Eli. And we got a great show today.
We're going to have a great show. Welcome to a new episode of The WATE, the world according to Eli. Music, sports,
video games, and culture.
Culture, how you feeling?
Feeling great.
That's what I like to hear. What's been going on in the world?
Not much. We checked out the Grammys.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We checked out some...
NBA is heating up.
NBA is definitely heating up. We are now, basically, after tonight's games... We are at the All-Star break. And so this is when certain teams,
kind of get their position on the rankings.
Absolutely, certain teams have to begin. Yeah. If you're you've already made the trades.
Right.
So teams who are in position or trying to be in position to be in the top seeds, it's a sprint now.
Right. And also too, even though the AD trade didn't go through, which was kind of disappointing because that should have obviously went through. Right. I'm giving up the whole house.
Right.
More.
Right. We'll talk about that. Yep. So let's get right into it. Since we spoke about trades.
Yeah, Tobias Harris got traded from the Clippers to the Philadelphia 76ers.
What do you think about that trade?
I thought that was awesome. He is an all-star. He's like a B-lister all-star?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like a great reserve.
He's not a superstar,
right?
But he has star potential. He's 6'9".
Right.
He can defend,
definitely,
and he can stretch the floor,
and he can shoot the three.
So I think this was a major move by the 76ers. I think they're pushing all their chips to the middle of the table,
and they got his teammate the
Bohemian.
Yeah, the Bohemian. We call him the Bohemian.
Yeah, that 7-foot dude who ain't even got to jump the dunk.
Right. And he's taller than AD.
Yes. Yeah. And he can fill up a lot of space in the East.
Yeah, definitely. And rebounding, defensive problems. You can't really leave him in that long because he's too slow.
So what do you think this places Philadelphia in that Eastern Conference?
It won't place them as the number one seed in the seeding, but as a team overall, they're gonna come out of the East to me.
I think
they're gonna have to go on the road and
I think Tobias Harris, once he gets settled in, he makes them very formidable.
Right. Because I think now, granted, we know that home court advantage is important.
Absolutely.
But when you have 4 All-Stars
and 4 All-Stars who don't clash.
Right. Even though I think
now,
I was watching
Joel Embiid has got some attitude issues.
Right, because I was watching the Boston series, the Boston game last night, and there were certain times when he should have passed it when he was kind of Embiid. When he should have passed it to like Ben Simmons and kind of just feed. Because dude, you're not an offensive. He is an offensive machine, but he's not an offensive juggernaut like Ben.
Like he think he is.
Right.
And to me, they hinge on his attitude.
Right.
If he's willing to buy in instead of thinking everything must run through him, they have a chance. Butler is going to defend, and Butler's going to stretch the floor. Ben Simmons don't need to take no shots.
Right.
Except when the playoffs come, teams are going to force him to shoot.
And also, if he's practicing like he is now, it's going to be lethal. Embiid needs to be like a Draymond Green to me, because they have the same exact team as Golden State to me.
Yes,
just in the Eastern Conference.
Sort of. I give Golden State the edge because of the shooters.
But I'm talking about in terms of that Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but when you add JJ Redick, a deadly shooter,
they have that formula where you have little Klay Thompson and JJ Redick.
Yes.
You have the big in Draymond Green in terms of Embiid to me, who can shoot but
can defend.
You have the point guard in Ben Simmons, and then you have a lethal, great two-way guard in Jimmy Butler.
Right, and you have somebody who's 6'9".
Right, now you have this. So, dude, they might not have the number one seed in the East, but trust me, you don't want to face them.
Right, they're going to be a team you don't want to face. I see them in the Eastern Conference.
I don't think Milwaukee's going to make it. People think Milwaukee's going to make it. I don't think so.
They only have... They're 41.
They have the best record in the NBA.
Yeah, they're
surprisingly, but...
So do you feel... I'm sorry. But do you feel like they're overrated like Denver?
Not overrated. I just think they don't have enough chemistry together. Even though Middleton and the Greek the Freak has been there for a while.
Right.
I think Boston and Philadelphia are going to play for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, but Boston's been struggling.
Boston has been struggling. They've been having some issues. But I do think they have the personnel, if they put their egos aside, to get the job done.
I think it's the Kyrie thing. I think they should have traded Kyrie in this NBA trade deadline. Because when you look at the stats with him and without him, they play a lot better without him.
They do.
And they made it very far in the playoffs without him last year.
But you know what they was missing last year in the finals? A closer.
Yeah.
You know what they would be missing this year in the finals? A closer. Terry Rozier is not a closer. Great player.
Tatum looks like he could be, but he's still a baby.
He's still a baby. Brown is going to play defense. He's going to do all the intangibles.
And now
Harford is the ultimate professional. And Gordon Hayward is not Gordon Hayward yet.
Right.
Next year.
Yeah, right. Like how he was 2 years ago.
Every team has to have a closer.
Because you have Gordon Hayward in the starting lineup in this roster spot, it's bumping heads with Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Absolutely.
Because now Jaylen Brown and Tatum are playing for the
minutes against each other. As opposed to playing with each other.
Right. When Gordon Hayward was out last year, it was clear that you can have Jaylen Brown as the small forward and then Tatum as the shooting guard. Now they're both fighting for that shooting guard spot.
Right.
When offensively, I look at it like this. Offensively, Tatum is better, but defensively, Brown is better.
Yes, and Brown does a lot of the intangibles. And every team has a closer. Golden State,
right?
When they need a bucket, they're going to Kevin Durant.
Or Steph, because you have
or
two.
Steph, but mostly Kevin Durant because of size.
Right.
Now, they can call a play to get Steph open, but Durant, you could just give him the ball. Right? Every team in history, to me, has always had a closer, except maybe the Detroit Pistons.
The 04?
Right, as an anomaly where they didn't have a closer.
Right.
So we'll keep our eyes on that. Another trade that went down, Marc Gasol went to
the
Raptors. Yeah. What do you think about that move?
That's gonna help them a lot. I mean, I'm just worried about the chemistry with him because I do know that he has rocky chemistry with his coaches and like.
I think all that stuff is overblown. Okay. I think him and Fitz got into it because Fitz was trying to create a different philosophy.
Right.
But he's been the consummate professional. Talking about Gasol.
It's definitely gonna help them, just like Philly with their trade. That's going to make them a lot better on defense and on offense because he can shoot the three.
And you pairing him with Kawhi Leonard.
Right. Who is unselfish and he will feed the beast. And, I mean, Toronto has...
And I don't want to sleep on them. Toronto could be there as well.
Yeah, Toronto has that special, energy in terms of when it comes to playoffs. And I think they could possibly keep that trio together. I don't know about Kyle Lowry, though, because I don't trust him in the playoffs.
Well, I think...
As well.
Now that you can move Serge Ibaka back to the power forward.
To the 4 spot?
To the 4. He can get out and defend. Marc Gasol in the East is literally unstoppable. It's nobody going to be down to stop him. Kawhi Leonard is also a defender. Kyle Lowry has moments. But what you know what he does do? He always defends. His shot may not fall, but that little guy always defends. And then they have a few other pieces, so... I think Toronto, it's just going to be a 4-man race.
Yeah, between Milwaukee and Toronto.
4-team race.
Philly and Boston.
Yep, those are the 4 teams I expect to be there. It's wide open since LeBron now is in the West. These teams have a newfound vigor. This move was in response to Philadelphia's move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you think that they should have gave up Kyle Lowry along for Mike Conley?
I mean, I think they should have if the money was right. See, I'm not sure.
Oh, the contract.
The contracts matched up. Because if you team Conley with his boy, of course, they're going to be better.
Right.
And then you throw Kawhi Leonard in there.
Right.
They are a formidable threat.
Yeah, so we'll see. I like the move though. I like the move. I'm just not
Speaking of moves, Mirotic
is going to Milwaukee, which makes them a lot better.
That makes them extremely better. You know what? I gotta retract my statements. I don't know who's going to the Eastern Conference Finals because when you put shooters around Greek the Freak,
right.
Now his penetration provides opportunities for shooters like this guy, shooters like Middleton. You still got what's the point guard?
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe is solid. You got Malcolm.
Malcolm Brogdon.
Brogdon.
Yeah.
So they have a solid team, and the new coaching staff
also too
has got them playing very well.
And the Thon Maker was bumping heads. Thon Maker and Giannis was kind of playing the same position.
Yes, and Thon Maker wanted an opportunity to do his thing. That's fine.
Right.
So they move him out. I forget who they get for him, another shooter perhaps. And this is going to be very interesting because this guy can stretch the floor.
And I'm looking at what's out of those 4 teams, right? Who has a better storyline? Because it's all about in the sports industry. It's all about storylines.
It is. I'm gonna say,
and also ratings and whatnot.
I think Philly and Boston
have the best.
The reemergence of Philadelphia and Boston will make for greater storylines. And I'm from an era where Milwaukee was always good. Bob Lanier
right.
And these guys in the '80s were always good. So we're gonna keep a close eye.
Hey, dude, that makes them a stretch. There was already a stretch 5 with the pieces that they had before Mirotic. So now with him stretching the floor, and I mean, let's see. Hold on, sorry, I got a little stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so we'll see.
We'll see. But it's gonna make for interesting. Now I want to get back my league pass.
Oh yeah, but I said, wait, why?
Because now I'm interested to see what Milwaukee looks like.
Right, okay.
I'm interested to see what Philly looks like.
Well, we can talk about that because, I mean, you really want to watch the last, 25 games and just wait
25 games heading up to the playoffs is very important.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll call out cable provider.
So what is the... Oh, I was going to say, what is the... Do you see any weaknesses in Milwaukee's armor with this move?
No. Defensively, they look good.
I don't know how he looks defensively. That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because I was like, offensively, he's a great piece, but defensively...
But listen, I've been watching Giannis. Giannis is literally unstoppable. Except his jump shot is not there yet. Yeah. These guys, Middleton and this gentleman here, will make up for his jump shots.
Yeah, they just became the Orlando Magic from 2009.
Absolutely.
Where he's in the post and he can kick it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
Markelle Fultz got traded to the Orlando Magic.
I think that's a good move for him.
That's a great move for him. Also, they traded him for Simmons.
And remember, he's in Philadelphia now.
Right.
He hasn't been healthy, but when he's healthy,
right.
We've seen him with the Spurs be out and defend.
And I heard that Fultz kind of got mistreated in the organization.
Well, I'm not sure about all the particulars, but I think he needs a fresh start.
Yeah, because I was just telling you what the background story was.
Okay, tell it to me.
So then his mom came in and said that she didn't like the way his son was being treated, so she kind of took him out at certain practices.
Oh, okay.
So I think overall they just as a collective wanted a new start.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was under a lot of pressure. You got a young guy who's the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but it was looking also too like it was an injury issue, which I believe it was.
Dude, this is psychological, man.
Yeah, because you can't, cause no, and
did you see him shoot the free throws, bro?
Right. Yeah. Right, but I think at first I do think he did have a shoulder injury, but for you to be a number 1 pick and then just automatically fall off like that was kind of sketchy.
It's more psychological than physical.
Right.
But I think a fresh new start. And Orlando ain't got nothing to lose.
And they have they have Mo Bamba already.
Right.
They have Aaron Gordon.
Right. So if he comes and he has a great offseason and he gets it together, and they got a number 1 pick.
Right. And also, too, the East is going to be wide open for a couple of years. So Orlando might be a top 5 seed next year.
Sure.
With the move.
Sure, they could get there. At least make that bottom 4.
Right.
The top 4 may be solidified, and that may all depend on what the free agency movement are like.
Right.
If Kawhi leaves to go to the Clippers, if Butler and Tobias Harris leave, then now it's and if Kyrie leaves, now it's wide open for everybody once again.
Absolutely.
So we'll keep a close eye on that. We have an injury report.
Yeah, John Wall will be out another 12 months on top of his heel surgery injury. That was already a season-ending injury with that because he slipped and fell and he tore his left Achilles. He had
unfortunate.
He had successful surgery yesterday, I believe.
Let's clap that up. Successful surgery.
But we talked about this last week because we were talking about the heel injury. He's turned into a Derrick Rose where he has a lightning in the bottle in terms of explosiveness, the way he can shoot the ball, but he's having too many injuries where it's keeping his career from elevating.
And with this type of injury, he may have to adjust his game.
That, and he's going to now have to work double hard because you have a season-ending heel injury.
Right, and now you got the Achilles. Yeah, so, and he's got that contract that nobody's going to take.
Right, dude.
$40 million a year for the next 4 years.
I forgot, right before he had those 2 injuries, he just signed a 5-year
extension.
Right.
And the extension don't even kick in until next year.
Oh, man.
So that contract is untradeable. The only valuable asset they have is Beal. And I thought they would move Beal before the break. I thought they would move Beal before the trade deadline.
Yeah, but I think that at the time, you might be right. But I also thought at the time that they was relying on John Wall because he was a star. But once he was hurt,
once he was hurt, and he's out for all of next season, basically.
Right.
I figured you should have moved Beal and maybe got some pieces for him,
right?
And just start the rebuilding process, right? Because this is not good at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of trade deadlines, the Knicks made some moves to clear up a lot of space.
Yep, they have. I believe they might have a little bit more now, more than $71 million.
So they have 2 max and a little bit of change left over.
Now, a lot of people are upset that they gave up Porzingis to get Dennis Smith Jr. Because you clearly could have drafted him last year.
Right. I don't think Porzingis wanted to be there. He was unhappy.
I think it was because of what's the owner's name?
James Dolan. The way he conducted business, and his brother, who's his agent, Porzingis.
Right.
They felt this is not a good place, so they went in to speak to management, and little did they know the deal was already done. Right. He was already traded. So it was like, okay, thank you, see you.
He was coming off an ACL tear. You don't know how he was going to come back.
Right. So the Knicks are turning the page. For some reason, I normally don't believe in the Knicks. I like new management. Perry, who actually, I think, drafted Westbrook and Durant. He was in OKC. If memory serves me correct, he had his hands in OKC. I think he has a great game plan.
We love the head coach, David Fizdale.
Fizdale he's already a champion who worked with LeBron. And I think they are tanking on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
And next year, not only do they have 2 max positions, they might wind up with Zion.
Right, with the lottery pick. Right.
So now you're looking at a brand new team that's really built for the ages.
Yeah, I just can't see it. Like, picture-wise, I can't...
You can't see what? The Knicks have the worst record in the NBA.
No, but I can't see it, the switch. I call it the switch. So you know how we talked about, like, Golden State coming out of nowhere. They had the switch. Right. Where they had a bunch of... they drafted all their free All-Stars, and they ended up getting the championship. Then they signed KD and Boogie. Right. That was the switch. I can't see the switch for New York. Because I think I'm so fixed on them not making it and them like only having 2 championships.
Here's the thing. The East, this is the perfect time.
Yeah, because it's wide open.
It's wide, and with all of that player movement, the Knicks may be beneficiaries of this movement, and they could go from zeros to heroes in 2 years.
Because I guarantee you, if they get Zion, because I'm going to tell you how it has to happen. They have to at least get the number 2 spots. Right? Number 1 or number 2.
I think if they get the top 3 picks, they'll be fine.
Right. But, because there's a lot of speculation going on that Zion might not be the number 1 pick. We don't know why, but that's...
Well, if I'm in the number 1 position, I'm picking him.
Right. But we know his teammates are technically...
better
than him.
In terms of overall skill set.
Right.
I think he has the greatest upside.
Right. So if the Knicks get a number 1 to number 3 pick, it could possibly fall that Zion could be a number 3 pick. That has to happen first. Then we already know once that happens.
Or if you got the number 3 pick, you trade that with some
up.
assets to go up.
Yeah, to go up. Yeah,
you can do that
Boston
too.
Did that.
Facts.
Yeah. And then you get Kyrie, and then now that's a more appealing offer for Kevin Durant.
And you have this Dennis Smith Jr. pick, or he's a chip you can dangle, because if Kyrie's going to fill that spot, you don't need him.
Right. But I was also thinking about making him a 2 guard.
Kind of small for a 2. Kind of small. Yeah, he's like 6'3".
But look, he dropped like 31 points and 8 assists.
We know he could put the ball in the basket. That's why we were scratching our heads why
we didn't
Phil Jackson didn't draft him.
Yeah.
And we went with Frank Nikola kids.
Yeah.
And he got to go too. Right? He came from France. He wasn't built for the NBA game.
Now, do we keep DeAndre Jordan?
DeAndre Jordan in
I was
the
also
middle.
Sure. I was thinking too, DeAndre Jordan, Zion, KD, and Irving.
Yes, makes a great lineup. DeAndre Jordan in the pick and roll, he can get you 15.
He still got Boyons.
He still got Boyons.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
I just can't picture it, but we'll see.
Well, this is the best they've been in 20 years in terms of
where they were
money.
Where they're at.
Right. So I have to think.
Either way, it depends on who they get and who they get in the free agency. If they do, we're getting season tickets. I'm going on once every game.
Yeah, we're gonna go to every game for that. The Lakers are in trouble.
You can speak on this a little bit. I'll try.
What LeBron did, LeBron, Magic, and Pelinka, they got egg on their face. They played themselves. They created a toxic environment. And you know I'm a big LeBron fan. But they created a very toxic environment in LA by not getting the deal done. Now, if the deal had went through, no hard feelings, they move on, you get what you want. Now you got to look these young players in their face and ask them to play hard for you. And these are millennials.
Right.
So these kids are in their feelings. These ain't seasoned veterans who understand it's a business.
Because if that was Rondo, let's say it was Rondo, let's say y'all were trading y'all 4 veterans, it'd be no problem.
Big deal, because they know this is a business. So now LeBron is in a peculiar situation, and he needs help. And these young kids either going to provide it or they're not. They're in the 10th spot right now.
Right.
It's not looking good. Now, I've seen LeBron take it to the next level after the All-Star break.
But you also need
But if his team is not going to take it to the next level, and he has issues with his coach,
right?
If all of these things...
Now, here's my... adding on to your point.
Yes.
I feel like... Because we talked about this earlier. I felt like he's not fully involved with the Lakers. Not in terms of the contract 4 years there. That's already solidified.
Right.
He's staying there 4 years. But I don't think, as a teammate, for you to have your own vendetta business on the side kind of makes you feel like, okay, because at any moment in my head, I'm thinking, okay, at any moment I can rub him the wrong way and he can just shit me out of here.
Well, LeBron is not in control of the team.
Yeah, but he kind of is, though.
No.
It's LeBron.
It's Magic Johnson.
No, but it's LeBron, Pelinka, and then it's LeBron James. They're all three with Rich Paul and Maverick.
That's a different aspect of it, because LeBron James and Rich Paul and them run their own agency for player movement, but only for players they represent.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? LeBron is in a position of power. I don't think the NBA really approves of it.
Absolutely. We both agree on that.
And Magic is such a polarizing figure, so they all were in collusion to make sure Anthony Davis did not go to the Lakers.
Right.
And now Anthony Davis he had 1 point.
Yeah, he had one point
shot.
Yeah, so he's gonna.
Now he's gonna tank.
Yeah, he's gonna definitely
because he don't want to be there.
Right.
And it's a messy, muddy situation that could have just been resolved.
But I was just saying, as a young, looking at it from a young perspective, you having your own. I know all superstar athletes have their own little business vendettas, but just
you mean ventures?
Ventures, right?
Yeah,
ventures, and just looking at it from a young perspective, if I rub him the wrong way, if I don't do what he,
well, the minute he showed up, you were on probation.
Right.
You knew that.
Right.
They knew that. They knew LeBron is not going to play with a whole bunch of rookies.
And I think, honestly, the rookies thought that if we keep it afloat.
They didn't keep it afloat. They had 18 games.
No. I'm talking about with him, though. With him. Not with I'm thinking if they keep it afloat, right, and they keep it in the 4th seed, possibly 3rd seed, maybe we might not get traded, but it's a business.
It's a business. LeBron James knows, and the league knows, had he got Anthony Davis, the whole league would have been on notice minus Golden State.
Right.
So,
and I think that definitely rubbed the league the wrong way.
And then if he gets into a series with Golden State, we don't know what happens.
Right.
In terms of him just being LeBron James.
And on top of that, even if he does get hurt and Anthony Davis can keep them into the 3rd spot, 4th spot, we won't really have to face that until maybe the 3rd or 2nd round.
Absolutely. So with that being said, we're gonna keep our eye on that. They're in. They might miss the playoffs.
I'm gonna say it again because I've been saying it all year. It's that poisoning of the king.
I can agree. It's starting to look like that. They don't need him no more.
Right.
The league is fine.
Also, they have a lookalike. Now, I don't want to say lookalike, but a clone of him with Zion.
Yeah.
Coming. Now, granted, we know Zion's not gonna be.
What if Cleveland gets that pick? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Dude, they gotta stop that.
Cleveland's very good at tanking and getting number 1 picks.
Cleveland has to stop that. But I'm saying, granted, we know Zion's not LeBron James.
But he has potential to be.
Yeah. So, am I wrong for saying that he's like a little...
No.
Okay.
So, I haven't seen this much hype for a college player since LeBron.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, LeBron is sitting in his throne trying to keep his legacy going. And it's not seeming like... It's not working out very well. So, I don't know. But we'll see.
We'll see. Isaiah Thomas is making his debut tonight. Little meat. Right? He hasn't played since last March. He had the surgery.
I think he'll be fully healthy next year.
Right.
Because he's going to be rusty for the next second half.
But because Denver has an opportunity to go deep in the playoffs, he can take these next 25 games. Because this is not an Achilles heel or an ACL. It's a hip injury.
That never properly healed, right?
So he may be an asset for them because when he's on top of his game.
And then next year, if he can really give us a glimpse of
But he's on a 1-year deal. So next year he may be anywhere.
But I was saying, too, if they decide to keep him, you have Porter coming off the bench, which makes him extremely...
Michael Porter, right.
Better with Isaiah Thomas, Porter, Joker, Murray.
They are going to be formidable.
Yeah.
The future looks real good for Denver.
Yeah. So, but right now, though, I think this overhyped with them. Right now. Maybe next year I might take them seriously, but right now...
I'm not sure overhype is the right word. I'm not afraid of them.
Right.
And it's
just like how you're not afraid of Milwaukee.
Right. I'm not afraid of them. Next year, maybe I will be afraid of them.
Right.
But if Isaiah comes back and plays the way Isaiah is capable of playing, I'm afraid of him this year.
Yeah.
Because little man, you know what he does? He gets to the foul line.
Right. He's that little version of James Harden.
Yes.
Except for the
He's a miniature version of James. We had some issues with tampering with Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons actually reached out to Magic and said in the offseason,
right, he would
I'd like to come get tutored on how to be a big point guard in this league.
Right.
And Magic was like, I got to clear it with the league.
Right.
Elton Brand, the general manager of Philadelphia, started crying that this was tampering, but the league has ruled it is not player tampering. Magic was very upfront. Magic is not only he's the GM of the Lakers, but he's also Magic Johnson, the most polarizing figure.
That's like that's like saying no to Bird or Michael.
Right.
You ain't gonna say no to them.
So with that being said,
they put this league on the map.
It's I'm glad they got that rectified, but I'm pretty sure he will be able, if he can spend some time with Magic, it'll help his game.
And also too, isn't Ben Simmons about to re-sign? Isn't his contract coming out?
I think one more year, and he's up for a contract.
Now here's the thing:
he'll be coming off the rookie contract.
Right now, what is that? That's 2019 going into 2020.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
So that's going to decide on how that plays out because he could sign with the Lakers. That's his hometown.
Is he from LA? Isn't he from Sweden or somewhere?
No, okay, yeah, he did go to Sweden, but
someplace.
No, it's a little bit of a Kobe story, but he did go to he did want to play with
Australia or something. Okay,
right, but he did want to play with LA.
Well, then that does raise cause for concern.
Right, that's why people are kind of like, so
we'll see.
Jeremy Lin is going to sign with the Toronto Raptors because Fred VanVleet had
You remember that Jeremy Lin moment, man, in New York?
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that because that was against Kobe.
Man, no, he had a stretch of
he did
9 games, man.
But just 2 days ago, we just had to I had to reminisce on the fact that Kobe got outplayed by Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, he did.
Jeremy Lin can
he can play.
He can play.
He can play.
In this league.
I thought he was a little overrated, and Miami put it to him.
All right.
When Miami showed up,
first of all, that was Miami. Nobody was beating Miami during that time.
No, but they showed up in a regular season game, and he looked like he was a deer in headlights.
True. But also too, not a lot of people liked, or Melo didn't like the fact that
Melo didn't like it at all.
But he was being unselfish. He was having at least 10 assists per game.
So he was playing incredibly, but at the same time, I just don't think Melo liked the D'Antoni philosophy of.
That's what D'Antoni's good at.
And then that's why D'Antoni fired him. And payback is a what.
But, I'm happy for Toronto. It will work out.
Yeah. I think because this guy,
right, Fred
VanVleet got hurt.
He's gonna be out for 5 weeks.
5 weeks. He don't come back until the playoffs start.
Broken thumb, and he won't come back until the day before the playoffs start.
So Jeremy Lin is a viable backup.
Yeah, solid backup
point
for
guard.
him, and we'll see how that works out.
We'll see how that works.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
Some brief NFL news.
Yeah, we're not done with this league just yet. Joe Flacco will be going to the Denver Broncos to trade for a 4th round.
For the world of me, I have no idea what this is about.
Now, here's the thing.
And this is a 4th round pick?
It's a 4th round pick.
Okay.
I thought that the Broncos did need a quarterback. Right?
They do.
And I definitely thought there's a beautiful quarterback who's about to get traded from Philadelphia.
Sure.
Who just almost took them back-to-back Super Bowl wins if Jeffrey catches that ball.
Sure.
And Nick Foles, which would be perfect because their defense is already stacked.
Absolutely.
And you went to the guy who beat you back in 2012, won the Super Bowl, and hasn't put up the same amount of numbers since that run.
It behooves me. I like Elway as a GM, but some of the moves he's made.
And it was on a platter.
It was.
Nick Foles was, because you knew, even though I truly think that they should have kept him, because I believe, not in terms of...
Well, you can't keep both of them. You can't keep him and Wentz.
No. But not in terms of raw talent. We know raw talent, Wentz is better than Foles.
Can't keep them both.
Right?
But Wentz can't keep looking over his shoulder when he make a mistake.
Absolutely. But I think chemistry-wise, I like Nick Foles better with the team.
Sure. But you just paid this guy all this money. You're not going to dump him.
Who, Nick?
You're not going to dump Wentz. Dude, you're not going to do that.
But hold on,
Wentz
when did they give him his contract?
Wentz is like 23 years old.
I know.
He is the future.
But it's the same thing with...
And Nick Foles is overrated until the playoff starts. Come on, look at his regular season numbers.
So is he like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Absolutely. Regular season terrible. You catch lightning in the bottle, may win you a game in the playoffs.
Because Ryan Fitzpatrick can he was ball. Okay, that's true. He was balling only for the first 5 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
right?
And then he kind of fell off the cliff. All right, yeah.
So in that sense, our man Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, got signed a lot sooner than we expected because there was, we thought it was going to be 2020.
Right. So, but he will probably face an suspension.
But he got signed to the Browns.
And, I do believe people deserve a second chance.
Absolutely.
He assaulted a woman, and we don't condone that.
Yeah, no.
He knows better than that. He lost himself for a while. I don't think it should cost him his career, but he should have to get counseling.
Right, definitely.
He should have to do community service. He should have to donate to some women's organizations.
Yeah, he definitely had to.
With abuse,
had to do the punishment.
Right,
100%.
And he has to fly the straight and narrow from now on.
Real quick, what was the difference between this situation and the Ray Rice situation?
I think Ray Rice was at the end of his career.
Okay.
And Ray Rice's situation was very brutal.
Yeah, it was a little bit
was a little bit more graphic.
Yeah. When you watch both videos side by side.
Not saying this wasn't, but and then when I found out the reason behind Hunt, he found out this girl was underage.
Right.
And she was hanging in his circle.
Right.
And things got said. She called him the N-word.
Right.
He lost it, and he got beside himself. But he didn't want any minors around him because it could cost him his career.
Right.
And he kind of went overboard.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, he has to pay the prices for it.
Yeah, and I do think Ray Rice was at the end of his... I think he only had maybe 2 more...
2 more years left. He was a Super Bowl champ.
Right.
Had a great career. A decent career. But he, too, has redeemed himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
With other aspects.
But I am happy for Hunt.
Yes.
You're going to have to just do that time.
He's got to prove it.
Yeah. And Antonia Brown just requested a trade from the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday, I believe.
Yes.
I didn't know he was playing with them for 9 years.
I didn't know he was there for 9 years either. That's quite a while.
I thought it was only for 4.
But I don't think the value he has is there because wide receivers come a dime a dozen.
That too, and I think he might...
And fast wide receivers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because Tyreek Hill is...
But I do still think he has value.
I do too, but
on a veteran team.
That's my thing. We can technically trade you wherever you want. You don't have it's not like...
Right.
NFL have a no trade clause?
I don't think they have a no trade clause contract.
So we can technically trade you wherever you want.
Well,
wherever we
they're going to trade them to where they can get the best value.
Right.
As an organization, if they do decide to trade him, they're not going to be spiteful the way the Pelicans were. So, and the Lakers are offering you the pick of the litter, and you got bullied into making the Lakers look bad.
I'm not trading him to a competitive team.
Right, somebody in your division. Right.
I can't. No. Even in the AFC, I'm not doing it to the Patriots. I'm not doing it to the Chargers. I can't do it to
if they offering you the best deal. Patriots got a lot of picks.
But that's the thing. That's gonna bite you in the butt if we see you.
It is what it is. I mean, you know what I mean? So normally they would trade you to the NFC out that way so you can kind of thrive. I like him with the Cowboys.
Yeah, but don't you really have Cooper?
Give me Cooper and Brown. Yeah. I think the Cowboys could do some damage.
But I think it was time. I think he couldn't handle himself professionally.
Yeah, they say he has issues. Yeah,
Mike, I believe it's Mike Tomlin as the head coach. Mm-hmm. He wasn't a good role model to me as a coach compared to a Tom Coughlin.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin's reputation is starting to take a hit on some things.
Because there was how do you win a playoff game and then allow Brown to FaceTime, not FaceTime, go on Facebook Live while you're talking
giving
about
a speech,
Bill Belichick,
absolutely,
or you're about to face I forgot who it was.
He was going to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Patriots.
Right, and
stuff that's supposed to stay in the locker room,
right,
and it didn't stay in the locker room. Kyle Murray
has fully committed to football.
Let's clap that up. The man thinks he can play the game. He's like 5'10". He's got a slender build.
Okay, so see, I wasn't that far off from his height.
You said 5'3".
I said 5'5". I said 5'5".
That's a long way from 5'10".
It's only 5 inches, but
that's a long way in the NFL. Usually the quarterback is tall, so he can look over the linemen.
Well, what's Russell Wilson's height?
Russell Wilson is about 5'10", 5'11", but he's thick.
Yeah, he's more bigger.
And so is Breeze. Breeze is also 5'10", 5'11". Right. So they become the anomaly, which gives you a reference point in which it can be done. I think he can do it. Let's see.
Yeah, I think...
He reminds me of Michael Vick. With the speed. You know what I mean? Michael Vick had that speed. This kid is a playmaker.
So...
Yeah.
Okay, so but here's the... I thought you thought that Lamar Jackson reminded you more...
Lamar too. I'm not saying there can't be more than one reference. He does too. And, but you got to learn how to throw that football.
Yeah. I think, honestly... I don't want to say this, but I do believe he is a great football player, but I think he's going to regret making this move fully. I think he should have committed to baseball and given it a shot. Because, which one...
His passion was football. I don't want to go through life regretting things that I could have did from a passion standpoint. Not for the money. If my passion is football, let him give it a shot. Sort of like Tim Tebow.
With the baseball situation?
His passion was football. His passion was quarterback. And everybody kept saying, bruh,
you need to be a wide receiver.
You can't play quarterback.
Right, you need to be a wide receiver.
He refused to give up on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, it's your life.
But look, he ended up going to baseball.
Yeah, and he's like a scrub.
But see, here's my thing too. It's not that I don't think he can play football. I just think it's a better, cause dude, football they chew you up and they can easily spit you out.
Sure.
Baseball, I can take time.
But can you live with the decision? If you go play baseball and you have a mediocre career and you look at it
can be the same thing in football.
But at least you went for your passion.
So wait, you don't think he was passionate about baseball? No. You think he just went?
He was good at baseball,
and you think
he was passionate. Look at what he chose. Yeah. Right?
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So that's how that goes.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
So the Grammys. We had these powerful women on stage to open up the show. I thought it was great.
I didn't even know that was J-Lo.
Yep, J-Lo, Michelle, Alicia, Jada, and Lady Gaga. And the Grammys were pretty good. We had some very good performances.
Yeah.
A couple of people won. Tell me what you think about it.
Grammys is trash.
Okay.
In terms of, like, I don't like the way they had that set up.
Explain yourself.
In terms of, like, they just choose who they want to win.
But that's always the case. How do you choose who has the best album? Unless you're doing sales.
No, but that's the thing. I don't feel like they're doing. I think they just like the vote. It's a big political game.
It always is.
It's a big like chessboard.
And nobody is ever happy except maybe that year Lauryn Hill won when it was undisputedly she had the best album of the year.
Okay, so for example, right?
Even Alicia Keys won 5 Grammys one year, and I just think it was indisputable. Indisputable.
Right. So you talk about indisputable like albums. What about 50 Cent on 05? Wasn't he like the hottest artist?
But that's
with that I forgot what is his name?
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
But it was hip hop.
Did he win best hip hop album?
I don't know who won that year. I don't know. Maybe he did.
Dude,
maybe he did.
Because look, here's the thing. First of all, I know This Is America shouldn't have won Song of the Year and Record of the Year and Best Music Video.
And maybe Best Music Video. I thought it was clever. Okay. The music video I give him, but all that other stuff, I'm not too sure.
Cause I'm very versatile in my music selection, right?
Right.
So I love all music, but like, if it's just undisputably like no doubt that this album or this song.
But there was nothing undisputed this year.
Okay, but here's the thing. All right, for example, right?
Cardi B won. I didn't have a problem with it.
No, I didn't have a problem with that.
But I thought Pusha T had a better album than she did.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, but how about this? Album of the year, right? That went to Casey.
That was crazy. It's crazy because I don't listen to country music.
Yeah, I don't.
She's a country singer, right?
Yeah.
All right, so for those in the country music world.
Absolutely. But you can't. No, granted, she bust her butt up for it. Congratulations, she got that. But you can't tell me that was better than Bear Ponged and Bentley by Post Malone. You can't tell me that was better than Daytona.
It's all subjective to who you're talking about. The country music industry is huge.
I know that.
Bigger than you think it is. So for them, beer bongs, they don't even know what that is. They don't even know what a Pusha T, what the hell is a Pusha D? They have no idea what that was. So from our standpoint, this is what I mean by it's subjective. We would have went for Pusha T or beer bongs or maybe even Cardi.
Or Scorpions, etc.
Or Scorpion.
Right.
But in the grand scheme of things, they felt...
Okay, but here's the thing. Are you saying, like, because I'm thinking, were you saying, like, there's more country? Because I know you're not saying that there's more country fans.
Yes, there are. There are. Absolutely, hands down. Look at the demographics of country music and country through the world. Country music artists are very huge. We just don't pay attention to them because we don't listen to country.
Right.
So for us, they're small. Just like for them, rap music is like this. They don't listen to rap music.
Right.
Right? So,
And
with
just,
that.
Okay, yeah.
So, overall.
I just felt like that it was like a lopsided. Because like, I'm looking at all these great artists. Like, Drake only has 4 Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Chance the Rapper had only 3.
J. Cole didn't even submit his music.
Right.
Because he don't care about
Last year, Jay-Z was nominated for 8. He didn't win any. But that was kind of subjective. We knew
political.
what that was about.
Right.
And then there's only, like, there's great artists too. Like, Bruno Mars has multiple ones. Weeknd had like 11.
Well, these are more pop artists.
Right. See, like pop artists, I understand. Rock and roll artists, I understand. Just yes, I get it because honestly, country is the only genre.
But I was scratching my head too. But that's who they chose.
Yeah. Okay.
So overall, good show.
But do you think that they should have a better system?
It is no better system because it's somebody's opinion.
Okay.
Anytime it's somebody else's opinion, that's why you don't live your life based on Grammys. You just put out great music.
So as a music,
and that's what Drake was saying.
Right.
He said, if you can't get up here and get
this.
this.
Yes, I know. Drake had the best speech.
Yeah, don't get all mad.
So as a music industry artist, I should not, because I was thinking this, so I should not come in expecting, because I feel like we treat the Grammys like it's like the World Series of Finals.
So it's the Oscars for those who feel that defines them.
But yet there are multiple award shows in that same genre.
I don't need no award. As an artist, I want great music, and if my fans appreciate what I do,
actor,
the rest of that is gravy. Like if you win a Grammy, you go, oh, that was great.
Right. And as an actor, I don't need an Oscar because I have
Denzel should win an Oscar every year.
Right. Okay, yeah. In other news, 21 Savage got the
he was released on bond. Let's clap that up. He's home, pending some situations.
Yeah, because he's still trying to figure out this whole UK situation.
Right, he his visa was expired.
Right, and
he's over here technically illegally.
Right.
So now he has to go through the system. Jay-Z provided lawyer and consultation for him.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
There's also artists who are promoting that.
He should be home with his family, and we wish him well.
Right.
And we hope that he can get the situation rectified and resolved. And we hope that he can continue to be an asset to his community.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of his music per se,
right,
but he does offer a lot of programs for kids that I do know.
Right.
And anytime you're using your star to help children, I'm always for that in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube. Subscribe to all my social media platforms at the WATE Podcast. I'm your host, Eli. WATE.
And I'm Dad. Tune in next week for more music, sports, video games, and culture.
Peace
are out of here.
Peace.
You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast in the world.
You're listening
The WATE, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So ladies and gentlemen,